Yeah, so I don't actually have anything of Michael Myers. Mike Myers. I don't, Mike Myers. Boo. So, hello and welcome back, audience, to another Halloween. Now, it's been like a year since I saw the first Halloween. Um, I remember it pretty well. It was memorable, that for sure. It wasn't as, I don't want to say as good as I thought. I enjoyed it, but it was like there was a hint of silliness to it that which just like just him just standing everywhere. And just yesterday I watched this documentary about how the first Halloween got made in the first place, and I guess it's a bunch of students that actually made this as their first big film, fresh out of film school and started doing their thing. So that's actually very impressive. That's actually very impressive. So now we're going to continue the saga with, well, at first I thought like, oh, let's go through the good parts of it, or the good part, or the good sequel timeline. But screw it, we're just going to go 2 and 3. And maybe next year we'll just go the other timeline. Because I think 2 and 3 are like, they belong to each other, right? It's 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth one, or was it like a fourth and a fifth? And then it reboots with like the one with H2O and something else. And I'll research this on the internet for our next time. And for those wondering, hey, why aren't you doing this with Rose Petal cosplay? Follow me, audience. Just follow me. Follow me for a minute there. Just come with me here. We'll just go through here. All right, you can walk backwards if you want to, audience. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Rose?
Yeah?
You want to watch a horror film?
No.
No. See, audience, that's why. Because no. No. So it's just me. Maybe another time, maybe another film. But when it comes to horror films, it's a no. An absolute no. So anyway, without all this gibberish, let's just get right into it. Halloween 2. And here we go. Alright, so if you hear some background noise, that's because my girlfriend is doing stuff in the kitchen there. I don't actually have a room here to seclude myself yet. So I have a room there, but I can't record there yet. Like this anyway, for a setup like this. So if you hear some noise, audience, I apologize, but you're also just gonna have to deal with it.
Knock on their door. I want you to tell them to call the police and send them over here. All right? Now do as I say. Go.
Wait, is this like a recap from the ending, or is it continuing straight off from the previous film? No, it's like a little end recap. Damn, they must have a really good haunted house there. I wonder if it's gonna move to like a year later. Or is it just gonna continue on straight from here? I do hope we get a few more answers about Michael Myers himself.
As a matter of fact.
Like, from my understanding, he was like a supernatural entity, right? Or he became that, like... I can forgive that from the first film. It's like Friday the 13th, the iconic Jason that everyone loves isn't actually there until like the third film, where they actually, sort of establish him as he is known. And then I don't think he becomes like a supernatural thing until like the fifth film, I think. A lot of these films were like surprise hits, I'm guessing. So, the world wasn't basically created until after
Call the
release.
police. Tell the sheriff I shot him.
do really like this theme, though. I have to say, I don't know if I said it last time. It's been a year, so I don't remember everything I said about the film at the time. But the theme, it's simple, but it really works. It's like this anxious, hurried sense of like, how do you call it? Not like stress, but anxiety, anxious anxiety. Halloween 2. I just realized this, like, I don't know if, I think like Chucky and Freddy are the only characters that are really kind of established in their first film, aren't they? Like what they are and how they became that. As I mentioned before, I did watch like the one on Netflix, The Movies That Made Us. That's the documentary I watched about Halloween. And in their own words, they basically made the first film of Halloween just guy shows up, kills teenagers, and that was pretty much the story. I like how they tell you that it's not just, you know, how this is like a point of view just by the breathing you hear. I'm actually surprised it continues straight off from the first film. I expected like, you know, a year later thing, like, you know, he comes back every year or something, but I'm actually kind of surprised they didn't name this film The Day After Halloween. Well, I'm guessing they were afraid people would not realize it was a sequel.
At large in Haddonfield. This is Robert Mundy, live.
Well, they're not teenagers, I guess, so.
They're coming to get you.
Are you okay?
I heard my neighbor scream. Instead of actually going there, let me just walk into my backyard and shout.
There was someone screaming next door.
Oh.
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Elwood.
In hindsight, that's actually smart.
His wife's always picking on him. My mother decided to go along. Hear about what?
She's not even calling the cops. Jeez. What the fuck? That's not him, of course, but I thought the first kill in the film was a bit downplayed. And the second one here is just outright outrageous. Was that guy in the first film?
Come on, Jimmy, we gotta roll.
I don't remember him.
Come on. Just that coke later.
Out.
Oh, it's the friend. Alright, it was her dad, wasn't it?
Burning up in that car. And a lot of
I don't know if it's for the second film as well, but apparently the guy that plays the doctor was just drinking wine on set for the first film at least, and really had this attitude of like, why the frick am I here?
my patient for 15 years.
It's 5 minutes to your house, another 5 minutes back to the hospital. Mrs. Alves is going to kill me. You promised me. I know I did.
Don't complain if you promised. Michael, get! You probably will. Or was that a fake out? Because that would be a good thing, right? You focus on a few people and you're like, oh, she's gonna die, and then you either don't bring them back or you actually don't make them cross out the murderer. Creates a situation where you don't know who will actually die. Because too many films do like the mistake of like, now we're focusing on these characters, and you just know like, oh yeah, those are people that are gonna die, and then the movie continues to follow them, and they die. Oh, there she is. You're late.
But he's in a hospital somewhere.
He escaped last night.
How do you know?
It's all over the radio. Television, too. It's on right now.
When was I surprised she didn't know? Then I realized, yeah, it's not like she stopped to ask for his name. Right now I'm just like playing Spot the Myers. I expect him to like show up somewhere behind the desk or something. I apologize, audience. It's just, you know, from the first film, it was just kind of like,
Janet?
she looked out the window and boop, there he was. And then in the bushes and boop, there he was.
So tell Mr. Garrett we're having trouble with the phones right
It was like a very disturbing version of Where's Waldo.
It's Mrs. Al.
No, Garrett. No, Garrett, no. Don't investigate the strange noise. Then again, he's probably just thinking what everyone else is thinking, like in a real life situation. You hear a strange noise and it's like, I know I shouldn't check out strange noises, but that's just movies. Nothing bad's gonna happen. I am gonna go and check out the strange noise. Of course, dum-dum, no one's gonna be in there. 'Cause the lock is broken, but how else is she gonna hang it back? I think I said this in the previous one as well, but she's his sister, isn't she? Like another sister, obviously.
You got in here. Look over here.
Just by boiling water. Okay.
What's this? It's gibberish.
Has Pippin said?
No.
What about killing second sister?
Celtic word. Samhain. It may
Wait, is she dead? I kind of figured she'd be alive because Jamie Lee Curtis is in the new films.
Dr. Mixter?
Then again, the new films only follow the first film, right? And ignore everything
Dr.
else.
Mixter? It's an emergency.
That was a amazing shot. Her backing up and his mask becoming visible. Alright, that was ace.
This is ridiculous. I'm gonna go find Mrs. House.
I've seen too many Smosh videos. The first thing that pops into my head is like, hello, Domino's? You're my favorite pizza place. I do like some of these transitions. The same with like one of the first times he's in the hospital and he goes to left corner and you see someone walking into Laurie's room, but it's like the curly haired guy. Ah, there you have him. Like some cuts and continuations of between scenes is odd at times, but in general, the camera work, it's good. I'm kind of hoping this guy survives. This again is a theme. It's so simple, but it's very effective at creating suspense. This is what I like, he's moving a bit clumsy. With every other horror movie, you'd be like, for fuck's sake, just grab and stab. But as the doctor said, he's never been talking. He did hardly moved. He's probably got very shitty hand-eye coordination. I don't know if they consciously thought about that, but it's puzzle pieces that you can use to make sense of something.
What is it you fellas usually do? Fire a warning shot, right?
It's one dedicated doctor. I just realized I haven't really talked about anything going on for a while, but I'm honestly just caught up in the suspense right now.
It's time, Michael.
Big step here. Okay. Keep the leg up. We'll have you out of here in a second. Okay.
Make sure to see if she's strapped in or actually sitting before you drive off. All right then, Halloween 2. Damn.
So all right. I'm in. I'm absolutely in. Probably very controversial opinion here, but if you've seen my first video where I watched Halloween for the first time, then you probably realized I thought I was entertained, but for the most part, I thought a large parts of it felt very silly. Things weren't explained that much, and the conclusion was kind of like, eh. And that's where I stand right now, is that the part 2 feels like the conclusion to the first film. This feels like it actually rounds out the story, basically. Like it should have been one film. If that makes sense, that's how it feels. I thought this one was more suspenseful. And because like at the end of the first one, he gets shot and he gets up again, but then he's just gone. Like when he fell out the window, and you're like, all right, so he can't die. What happened? I don't know. And then it just ends. It's kind of like obscure and vague. It's like, oh, okay. But this time, they really make a point of it that the characters know he's not dying. He's gonna get up again. And I feel that like they know that, and that's why the doctor sacrificed himself. Like a huge explosion, that should take him out, and even then he still barges on through the flames before he falls down. And I'm pretty sure that's not the end. Mostly because because there's a shit ton of sequels, but even without that, they're onto a thing here. That's what it feels. It feels like this was supposed to be part of the first film, or at least It feels like a better ending to the first film. And it's probably a very controversial opinion here, or maybe I was just in a very silly mood. It's been a year since I saw it, but maybe I was just in a very silly mood, or just not in the correct mood for watching such a film. But I felt the second film was better than the first film. I enjoyed this one more. Now, Halloween lovers will probably don't like that opinion. I'm guessing. I have no idea what the consensus is on these films. But holy damn, did I love the second one. First one, I can enjoy, but I felt it was silly at times. Like, the thing like, oh, where's Waldo? But then with Michael Myers. But I thought this one was actually more suspenseful. And oh my god, that shot where the nurse backs down after she sees the guy. She sees the guy with the syringe in his eye. I'm trying to say that 10 times fast. But when she just backs up and it's dark behind her, and you just see his face just slowly move forward and then appearing, like, oh, that is such a nice shot. Like, oh my god, that's like an iconic shot right there. That's like burned into my brain. Like, I never watched Halloween as a kid. Freddy Krueger, yes. Jason, yes. Chucky, yes. And I loved those. And maybe because I didn't grow up with the first with Halloween, with the first one, I was just like, okay, this is kind of silly. Because thinking back on it, like Freddy Krueger and Chucky can be very silly as well. But the second one really yanked me in there. Oh my god. Like, there's still some, odd bits and pieces every now and then. And oh my god, I just realized the nurse that brings the girl home, that girl is home. She lived. I thought for sure she was going to die when the camera moved in on the two women and they were talking, and I'm like, yeah, they're both going to die. Well, just one of them, I guess. Just the one. Good job, horror film. Somebody died that didn't die that I thought would have died. I don't know. What can I really say about this? It's pretty straightforward. Story-wise, it's pretty straightforward. He's not dead at the end of the first film. He's not dead. He's still out there, and I like that it's a straight-on continuation. I fully expected this to be like a thing of like, it's the Halloween the year after, and he comes back. But I like that it makes it feel like this was supposed to be part of the first film as well. But damn, did I like that I did it like this. Really, really nice. I'm still hyped up about the film a little bit. You might probably have noticed. But oh my god, I was not this hyped for the first film after watching it. I thought like, haha, okay, this was silly. I enjoyed myself. A good popcorn time. Whatever, moving on. But now I'm like, what comes next? I want to see more. So I'm probably going to do that. The third film comes after this. And then there's a fourth and a fifth. And if I remember it right, you also then get like, is it H2O or something else Halloween? Or was it just H2O? And that's like a different sequel to either just one or 1 and 2. And then it gets thrown out the window as well. And then there's a new sequel that's like Halloween 2018, and then now Halloween Kills, which is out now, which is like another new sequel to only 1 and 2. I'll find out eventually. I might not even wait until next Halloween to watch the next Halloween film. So I was gonna plan to do like, drop 2, 3. The next year we'll look at 4 and 5 and so on. But I'm probably not gonna be able to wait now. I'm probably not gonna be able to wait now. It was so easy to wait like after the first one to wait like, I'll do the second one next year. That's nice. It's nice. You don't just do a Halloween film every year. But now I don't want to wait, audience. I don't want to wait anymore. Anyway, what can I actually say about the film itself? Not so much. It's pretty straightforward. Like, he's still out there. He goes out, does his thing. He's chasing Laurie. He kills anyone that gets in his way. Pretty straightforward, you know. On that thing, not so much, you know. There's nothing to complain about, but there's also nothing really interesting to say about that. It was just suspenseful. Just good suspense. And I like that. I also like that the main character, Laurie, actually survived the second film. Usually, like the hero of the first film, they come back for the sequel, they die. Not this time. And they're like the sort of like the prototype of the slasher films, Halloween, right? It caused the entire hype, so good thing that they didn't start off with like the, how do you call that? The, oh my god, we all saw that coming. I lost the word for it. But yeah, Halloween 2. I'm looking forward to 3. If it's I hope it's good. I'm gonna have to wait and see. And I hope you will come back to watch me find out. See you next time, audience, and thank you for watching. Goodbye. Boop. Oh, wrong side. I used to have my camera the other way around.